again.
But the ballots thing, 22 Kokadi, right? I feel like because we don't have a civil education in terms of voting right, who am I voting for? It's all about greed, it's all about money, it's all about what we are getting. Because if I'm hungry and somebody puts food on my table, I'll take it. But if there's civil education, yes, take the money. And I'm for Kenyans. Anybody who wants to take the money, take it. But when you're going to vote, you're by yourself. Nobody knows who you're voting for. So vote right. But if we have civil education, don't you think this will now help us to vote well and to also take that voting card?
My sister, the IBC is supposed to do a lot of civic education, and they are not doing it. The civil society used to be very vibrant in Kenya. That is no longer the case. But have comfort. These public rallies we do every week, is civic education. We are educating the people of Kenya, and they are getting it. We had some nominations in a place called Olakalau, where there's a by-elections. And the UDA party of William Ruto was having nominations on Friday. The DCP, my party, had nominations on Saturday. So UDA people were giving people money, including DC people, to go and vote for the aspirants for UDA. And the people of Olakalau said, no, we love money, yes. We need money, yes. We have a lot of problems, we can do with some money. But this one we don't want because we don't belong to UDA. We don't like UDA. We belong to DCP. The president had released 40 million Kenya shillings to mobilize 40,000 residents of Olakalau at a cost of 1,000 per person. So they were supposed to get 40,000 people turning up for their nomination. They got 3,000. And because they were using electronic gadgets, they escalated the figures to 8,000. But the ones who turned up are 3,000. Assuming they even turned up 8,000, let's give them the benefit of doubt. 32,000 residents of Olakalau say, no, we don't want money. That's very huge victory for our democracy.
Yes.
It means people are very enlightened. And people, no matter how much they are struggling, can say, no, we are not going to sell our birthright.
Yes.
We are not going to sell our democratic right. So 32,000 people being enticed with 1,000 shillings that they need because they have no food,
yes,
said no. Only 8,000 succumbed to that what do you call it, inducement, you know. So our democracy is coming of age, and I can tell you, between now and next year in March, we shall be all over the country. And in these public rallies we do, they are part of the civic education, is telling people, you people cannot accept money, yeah, and elect dictators. You cannot take money and elect people who will destroy the health system. Then when you go to hospital, there are no drugs, and the money that you are given is not sufficient to buy your drugs for 5 years. You cannot take 2,000 shillings, elect the wrong people, then for 5 years your children cannot go to school. And I think Kenyans are getting it, because I've even seen in many places where they have been given money, after the president has left, they shout one time, which means they are just taking the money, but their heart is well protected. Their conscience is clear that even if they are taking money, that money will not corrupt them to do the wrong thing. They will still take the money and do the right thing. And I think I'm very encouraged by what is happening across the country, and also what happened in Olakalau. And I'm sure during the by-election on July 16th, that will be more pronounced. There will be a lot of money, but people will do the right thing, I can assure you.
Okay. So my next, I'll ask, is loyalty in African politics, is it real, or is it just temporary alignment of interest?
Well,
because I've heard in different forums that this is what I was promised, this is what was promised of me, but it wasn't delivered. So is it all about the interest of what I was meant to get, or what I'm getting, or is it actually for the people?
Our politics have been very indecent, and we have had a lot of the politics of betrayal and deception, where you promise heaven to the electorate and deliver hell. And that is why there is a very big overturning of leaders. If our leaders are elected, like 70% of members of parliament usually don't come back. Because when they were campaigning, they promised heaven, then they deliver hell. People have no loyalty to the voters. Voters are very loyal people. By the time voters vote for you, they didn't trust you. I can tell you, William Ruto was trusted by Kenyans. They believed him. The guy was very persuasive. He was hardworking, he was everywhere. Bottom-up economic transformation, signing economic charters with the people of Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta tried to say, this guy is not good for the country. Please don't elect him. He will mess this country. Nobody could listen because he had promised heaven to the people of Kenya. And they believed it, they trusted, they were loyal to what he said. But he did not mean, or he was saying he did not intend to do it. And that is why you find the people who supported him most are the ones who have the biggest problem with him, because they were loyal. So they feel more betrayed than even those who did not elect him. In fact, you find those who did not elect him are not having a very big problem with him because they don't feel deceived. They knew he's not good, so they are saying, we told you. So they are not very angry. But the people he deceived, the people he convinced that he means well, the people he convinced he will transform their lives, and then he has done the exact opposite of what he promised. They are very bitter, and they are looking for revenge on the ballot, of course. You know, so loyalty has been two-way. The voters have been very loyal to their leaders, but I'm afraid we, the leaders, have not been loyal to our supporters, and we many of us have let our people down. And I'm trying to be different, and I am praying to God to give me wisdom, to give me a good conscience, discerning spirit, to be loyal to my supporters, because they have been very loyal to me. When I was removed from office, they follow me. I go to public meetings, I don't spend a cent. They come in thousands. They trust me. They were told, this guy will lead you nowhere. He is impeached. He cannot be even a village elder. Don't follow him. But they still follow me. They believe in me. I am praying to God to give me the discerning spirit, to have the moral courage to do the right thing and not betray my supporters who are in millions. I must deliver to them. I must live true to what I have promised them, because they have believed in me. When I have nothing, I don't give them money. I don't give them anything. They just believe in me. I have a responsibility, and a very big one, to honor that promise, to be able to show loyalty to my supporters the way they have been loyal to me.
So would you say, I hear what you're saying, and I really like that, but you know, we have to see it working.
Yeah.
So because you're putting God in this mix and saying God to give you the wisdom, the knowledge, the discerning spirit, if you take office and within the 5 years or the 4 years that you're in office, you don't implement everything you've promised us.
Yes.
Just like now people are fighting Ruto, that he has not given us what he promised.
Yes.
Would you be willing, the way we see it in the Western world, they always just step down. We don't have people fighting. They say, we don't want this prime minister. There's no fighting. I just come out. There's no people killing people, come out. So would you be willing to tell Kenyans that if I took power and I don't deliver what I've promised to deliver, I'll step down without fighting?
I'm a good student of history. I studied history in A-level, and I had a B in the A-level exam. When you look at the history of the French Revolution of 1789, you see what is happening today. You cannot betray the people. They will get rid of you. What has happened to William Ruto before my own eyes? I have seen a very popular president, a guy people believed in, make so many promises. He has not delivered. And in the second year, the people are begging for his blood. Today, William Ruto cannot hold a serious meeting without paying people to attend. Even in his own backyard, the Kalenjin land, we had a by-election in a place called Emurua Dikir. He had to pay the Kalenjin voters to vote for UDA candidate. His home base, people who really believed in 100%, today he has to pay them. I would be a very bad student of history to go to that path. if I cheat the people of Kenya, the second year, the third year, they'll be begging for my blood. I am already aware. So why would I want to go into that direction?
So you will leave.
How
You step.
I'll deliver to the people. I'll not leave because I'll deliver. I'll do what I have promised.
But
because I don't have a choice.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just for argument's sake, you
I'm
don't
saying,
deliver.
If it comes to that,
down.
if it comes to that, and it cannot come to that because I've told you I'm a good student of history.
Yes, but just if.
There is no way you can do the same thing and expect different results. If you cheat the people of Kenya, you deceive them, you'll work for them, and you don't work for them, they'll get rid of you.
Yes.
So why would I fall into that trap? I can see I have been with William Ruto. We were elected together. We were very popular.
Yeah.
Along the way, we started losing popularity. I started advising because I didn't want to suffer the same fate as him. I told him, boss, we are losing it. Kenyans are saying we are cheating them.
Yes.
We are launching development projects that they are not budgeted for.
Yes.
When we leave, the tractors, the graders, they follow us to Nairobi. And people have started now speaking behind our backs and they are saying we are liars. I told him, I was very, I don't know where I would get such a deputy. A deputy who was telling you, boss, we are getting it wrong. Kenyans are saying this, please, let's change. He would hear none of it. So if I saw that happen to him,
why would you repeat it?
Why would I repeat it? I would be a fool. And I don't think I'm foolish.
Yes.
I'm not very intelligent, neither am I foolish. I'm just somewhere there in the middle. I know something, a few things. I cannot repeat that mistake. I intend to honor my promises to the people of Kenya to the extent possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that you've actually mentioned France somewhere, so now I also recently we witnessed the president of France who visited Kenya, and we were made to believe that he came for a focus of peace, security, and economic partnership. But yet, most Kenyans are crying and saying this was just selling Kenya to the highest bidder. What do you think about that visit?
Kenyans are very intelligent people.
They are.
Kenyans were colonized by the British.
Yes.
The West Africa was colonized by the French. And the French were not just colonizing people like Kenya. Theirs was called assimilation. They would even change your culture and language. They would assimilate. Most West African countries speak French, and they go to homage to Paris. The West African countries know France and President Macron more than we do. They have all abandoned him. They want nothing to do with him. He is isolated. France is isolated by the former colonies. They know France more than we do. They are saying, no, these are exploiters. These are corrupt people. They don't mean well for Africa. Go away, we don't need you. Then, to salvage himself from isolation, he has come to East Africa, and specifically Kenya.
And we're not listening.
It's only William Ruto who thinks he's anything. Kenyans know he is not. Let's start by the Rironi Mau Summit Road. During the reign of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the French companies entered an agreement, a contract with the Kenyan government to expand Rironi to Mau Summit to 8 lanes at a cost of 151 billion Kenyan shillings. Okay, and when President William Ruto came to power, he didn't want to honor that, and he discussed with President Macron, and they discussed on how to get some money out of the whole thing, cancel the contract, and pay the French companies 7.1 billion shillings without doing anything, by simply canceling the contract and split the money halfway. 3.5 billion for President William Ruto, 3.5 billion for President Macron. We know those things. Then,
how do you know this?
We
Is it because you're in the government?
I've been around. I was deputy president. I have people in government, and I was also a civil servant for a long time. In fact, Kenyans are shocked. Anything I say is true.
You know a lot.
I know, because I am government. I joined government at the age of 22 when I left university. I grew through the system. in every ministry, I know more than half the population at a personal level. 3 names, so and so. So I am a walking information box. I have information at my fingertips. Anything, I'm ahead of William Ruto. In fact, I am briefed better than he is briefed, because most times he doesn't know what's going on. Many times he hears things from me. So they decided to go to China and expand the contract, reduce the scope of the road from 8 lanes to 6 lanes, and add the amount to 200 billion. So they are stealing 50 billion with the Chinese, 7 billion with the French, 50 billion with the Chinese. There is a company called CRBC. It is actually the Chinese company that is doing corruption in Kenya. All the big projects in Kenya, the Talanta Stadium, they are doing that stadium over 100 billion.
Yes.
They are doing Bombers of Kenya of another 50 billion. They are doing the JKI. They have been given another contract called Nairobi Railway City at a cost of 29 billion, when there is a company that had won that tender at 22 billion shillings, and William Ruto ordered for them to be deported back to China so that they don't challenge the award. So it was given to CRBC, and they are stealing 7 billion from that contract. So this CRBC is the biggest conduit of corruption in Kenya, and I'm asking the Chinese government to consider recording those people back to China, because they are the conduit of corruption, and we shall be able to prosecute them next year. I want to be very candid with CRBC that they will not escape, and I want to tell the government of the Republic of China, People's Republic of China, that the directors of CRBC will have to face the law for the amount of money they have stolen from the Kenyan taxpayers with the current administration. As soon as this administration is sent home, we are going to recover this money from CRBC, and again all this money that William Ruto and his people are stealing, a new administration will recover this money, because there is no way we can have a change of government and just proceed like nothing was stolen from the people of Kenya.
Yes.
So Macron had come to Nairobi. That summit was a facade. It was a small screen. He had come to finalize the deal for the compensation of Rigathi Summit Road. The Auditor General has released a report that this money has been gotten from the fuel levy against the law, against the laws of our country, because President Macron, President William Ruto are part of this deal. So they have circumvented the law to steal money from the public, to pay French companies, so that this money can benefit President Macron and President William Ruto. And I want to be very candid with the Kenyan institutions.
Yes.
The pension funds, NSSF and other funds, money is being taken from NSSF to be taken to Rigathi Summit to do daily works. I want to tell all these funds, even there is an institution called Unclaimed Assets. That money was gotten from unclaimed assets against the law and taken to buy shares in Kenya Pipeline. I want to tell the managers of these pension funds, I want to tell the directors of all these institutions that are giving money to President William Ruto to push corruption against the law. Next year they'll have their day in court. And I want to be very candid, because they don't say we did not tell them. I am telling Kenyan fund managers who are getting money meant for workers to enhance corruption in Kenya. I'm telling institutions that are against the law, that are getting money to buy prostitutes against the law, next year in October, in November,
There's judgment.
they'll have their day in court. And they cannot escape. I'm telling the Chinese contractors who are being used by William Ruto to push corruption in Kenya, next year they'll have their day in court. That is a promise I want to give to the Kenyan people. We cannot just have change of government and just proceed like there is nothing. All the assets that have been stolen
Everybody
will be
be
reclaimed and
responsible.
restored to the Kenyan people.
Yes.
We are now getting a situation where they are now even stealing private land. They are in Kiambu. there is Mzee called Bogwa. His land, 248 acres, has been taken forcibly by government. And I want to tell the people who are going to buy that land, because the people in power are subdividing land taken forcibly from the people of Kenya with forged documents. I want to put Kenyans and investors on notice. If you purchase land that is controversial, land that has been stolen from the people of Kenya by government officials, and they produce fake titles and they give it to you, even if you will have constructed a mansion, it doesn't matter how much it is. I want to promise you, today, you will lose that land. And you'll have to follow Ruto and his officials to look for your money.
To get your money back.
You'll have to look, especially that land in Kiambu, the Kasarin land. Anybody who is going to buy that land belongs to Bogwa, and everybody knows. It's been taken by Kipchumba Murkomen and Oscar Sudi and William Ruto. They want to subdivide that land and sell it to Kenyan investors. I want to put them on notice that anybody who buys that land next year in October, you lose your land. The land for Mrs. Magogo, the widow of the late Ada Kenyanjui Magogo, 98 acres near Kiambu Road, has been taken. Anybody who buys that land, those titles will be cancelled when we take over, and that land restored to Mrs. Magogo. Woe unto you if you will have spent your money to these government officials. Because we cannot allow that kind of impunity. And why do you have change of government? You have change of government so that you right the wrong things. We cannot simply just replace William Ruto and rubber stamp all the wrongs and the evils that he has done. There must be restitution. There must be justice. And one of the things is to recover all stolen land, all stolen properties, all stolen government assets, and restore them to the Kenyan public.
Wow, thank you very much. We're actually running out of time. So I just have two more questions for you, and in fact one. So your parting shot, if you could speak to the younger you before entering into politics. Now younger you is sitting here and you want to give younger you advice, what would you say?
I would like to tell our young people that, one, they should not shy away from taking up leadership positions. And leadership cannot be given to you when you're at home. You go out there and look for it. And history is very clear that all the leaders we have today, at one time or another, they were leaders when they were young. I was a student leader myself at the University of Nairobi. I was the chairman of Nyeri District University Students Association. I was the chairman of the Literature Students Association. I started leadership at the age of 19. I want to tell the young people, one, they must pursue leadership. But I want to guide them with tremendous respect that leadership is a calling. It's not a ladder to wealth. It is not a formula to riches. It is service. If anybody wants to come to leadership to be rich, look for something else to do. Before I joined politics, I was a very wealthy man. Today I'm not. I have spent my wealth in public leadership, and I'm very happy about it. It's very fulfilling. It is about service. So let no young person at any one time dream that they want to get into leadership so that they can become wealthy, so that they can become rich quickly. Leadership is a service. And once they know that, they'll be good leaders. But if they come with a mindset that they are coming to make money, they'll be very disappointed. That is why you find many leaders who came to parliament to look for wealth who will not be re-elected. That is why you find when I was being removed from office, many friends of mine were given money to remove me from office, and they did because they had come to leadership to look for money. The few who had come to lead and to serve refused to take money. So that is what is leadership. And those leaders who refuse to take money today, they are very popular and they are going to be re-elected without too much of a struggle. Those who took money will be sent home because they did not come to leadership
to serve.
They came to look for money. So that is the difference. And actually that's how sad the situation we are in. The president came to look for wealth. In the process, he has destroyed the country. He is very wealthy, of course, undoubtedly. You know, I remember, and I must tell the people of Kenya, when we were in good books, initially he told me that he wants in 5 years to be richer than the family of Kenyatta and Moi combined. It looked a tall order to me, and I told him as much. He said, you don't know, it is true today. William Ruto is richer than the family of Kenyatta and the family of Moi combined after only 4 years in government. But in the process, he's destroyed the country. Everything has been stolen from Kenya. There is nothing that is remaining. In fact, I was just telling Dr. Matiang'i and Kalonzo that even as we are looking for leadership, we shall have a very difficult time because we have to start from scratch to restore the Kenyan nation. Everything will have been stolen. As we speak today, they are through with public institutions. That is why now they are going for private land in Kiambu. They look for a big piece of land, 200 acres, that the owner died. They try to grab it because they have sold all the national assets. There is nothing else to sell.
Yes.
So I want to tell the young people, leadership is about integrity.
Yes.
Leadership is about service. As long as they come to leadership, knowing that they are coming to serve, not to make money,
yes,
they'll be great leaders.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. And I also want to say thank you to every single person who was watching us today, who took their time to watch us. And so much, thank you very much,
thank you, Lydia,
for coming to my little studio and little me as well, accepting the invitation. I really, really appreciate it.
It's not a small studio, it's a very good studio.
Thank you very much,
very beautiful and very well equipped.
Thank you, sir. And we don't take this for granted. We're very, very humble.
Asante.
So thank you very much, everybody. And I will say happy birthday to a little girl who is called Larissa Joy Manyasi. Today she's 23, so happy birthday. And also thank you very much. What's his name again? Thank you very much, Jojo. Triple Jojo, and I want to say thank you very much for my production team behind the scene, making us always look beautiful. Thank you very much, Omega TV UK. Thank you all the Kenyans and all non-Kenyans who actually tuned in, because I know there were so many non-Kenyans, and I'm so sorry that we didn't get to read your questions. There are so many questions, and there are so many people who are asking so many questions. I'll say thank you so much for all the questions, and I'm sure I'll probably ask His Excellency on the side to help us answer those questions that you guys are asking, because I cannot answer them for him. So, and thank you also Charles Bwanawa Wangare. Thank you so much, Zuri's dad, wherever you are in Canada, watching us, always supporting us. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. Meet us here again next week on Wednesday, 6 p.m. UK time and 8 p.m. Kenyan time. And like we always say, it can only be God. Tune in. God bless you. Love you guys. Bye.